I've made multiple six figures in my online coaching business with a 4-part framework, and in this video I'm going to explain each part of the framework, how it works, so that you can copy paste it into your business and make six figures too. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Brian Elwood. I'm a real estate investor and an online coach, and the author of Nail Your Niche. But when I started my coaching business, I was completely confused with all the different pieces, like do I need a lead magnet or a funnel or a website, social media, an email list? How do all those pieces actually fit together to make me money as an online coach? So in this video, I'm gonna make it really simple for you, and it all starts with part 1 of the 4-part framework, which is your content. Now this piece comes first because this is where it all starts. This is where you meet and grow the relationships with your potential customers. And there are 3 keys to getting the content portion of this framework right. Number 1 is consistency. You have to publish consistently on at least one platform for a period of time, probably at least a year or 2 before you really can attract that right audience to you and start to generate consistent leads. When I coached in the real estate investing space, I had a popular podcast that brought me 2 to 4 high ticket clients every single month, but that didn't really start happening until I had been posting an episode every single week for 2 years. Key number 2 is all about solving a specific problem for a specific person. Your content can't just be really vague. It needs to be directed at a certain demographic, like I help entrepreneur moms, and it needs to solve a specific problem, like I help them start their first online business. And key number 3 is you must have a call to action to actually generate leads. So after you give value in your free content, at the end of it you say, hey, if you want my free PDF or my free course or my free download, go to this link into your email and download my thing. Now, pitching a free lead magnet is great advice. It gently ascends the relationship with your audience. But if you're a beginner and you want to make money sooner, I recommend that you alternate that call to action with having people just go straight to your booking page where they can book a call with you. Because in the beginning, sales just do not happen without conversations. So the more conversations you can get into with the demographic that you want to serve as your client, the more likely you are to get clients. Now, the main reason you're promoting that lead magnet at the end of your free content is to get people onto your email list. And that brings us to part 3 of the 4-part framework, which is your email list. Now, your email list is where most of the sales will come from. I just went through Ali Abdaal's part-time YouTuber Academy, and I got to be on calls with him, and he shared the numbers behind how he sold this latest cohort where he made probably close to $1 million. And he said like 300 of the students came from his email list, 50 came from Twitter, and 5 from Instagram. So for most people, even at the highest levels, most of their sales for their coaching programs are coming from their email list. Also, in Russell Brunson's amazing book, .com Secrets, he says that in the beginning, you can really only pick 2 platforms that you want to grow an audience on, and one of them has to be email. And there's a few reasons why. One is that the email list is the only asset that you truly own. You don't really own your Instagram account or your YouTube account. You're essentially borrowing the traffic from those platforms. They could shut you down at any minute, but if you have an email list, you can always reach your customers and make money. But also, people are just used to being sold more via email, whereas like if your free content was constantly pitching people things, it would probably be annoying. I know I don't like to be pitched constantly when I'm watching a YouTube video or something on Instagram, but I kind of expect it once I get on someone's email list. Every so often they have a launch or a program that comes live, and I don't mind seeing those emails and reading their offers and considering whether it would be right for me. So once you're creating content and then you have a call to action at the end of that content where people are getting your lead magnet and then they're going onto your email list, now we have the first 3 parts of the framework in place. But then what do you do from there? The email list is where you continue to deepen the relationship with your potential customers. You add even more value, send them a weekly newsletter or a weekly email where you add value. Maybe you point them to some of the content that you've created that week. On mine, I have a place where you can book a call with me at the bottom of the emails, but ultimately those emails are also the place where the 4th and final part of this framework comes into play, and that is your offer. So we've already said not to really be pitching hard on social media, but try to get people onto your email list, and then you can do most of your pitching there. But you do have to pitch. pitch. You do have to make offers if you want to make money, and a lot of people, including me, kind of like clammed up at this in the beginning, like, who am I to ask for money? I just feel like a snake oil salesman all the time. It really comes down a lot to believing in your product, believing in your offer. If you don't have a great offer that really solves a problem and that you really believe in, then everything else that we talked about will completely fall flat and it won't work anyways. So if there's one thing I could encourage you to get right, it's the offer. Now, there's no point in me explaining how to make a great offer when Mr. Alex Hormozi has already put together the best training that I've ever gone through on how to create offers that sell. You can either grab his book, 100 Million Offers, or he has a free course online that I'll link in the description as well. And I didn't even want to summarize his process because I think it's so fundamental to your success that you should learn it comprehensively. So I'm just going to point you to his content for part 4 of the framework. Go through it, build your offer via his process. You're gonna love it. Then once you've done that and you have that email list that you're building, let's say you send them an email every single week. Maybe for the first 3 weeks of the month, you just add value. And then on the 4th week, you add value and pitch your program. So you still want to give a lot more than you try to take from your audience, but make sure you have some type of process where you're alternating between giving versus asking for the sale via your email list. Now, there is kind of a 5th piece to this framework that's not as important, and that's your website. And basically your website is like a storefront. People go to my website and check out my bio. I actually looked at it the other day and I get hundreds of unique visitors each month, which really surprised me. I'm like, people are actually going and checking me out. It turns out people actually do that, so it is important that you have a website set up and people could go there and they could read your blog or check out testimonials or check out your About Me page and kind of figure out what you're all about. So that's another good place where you can promote that same lead magnet and get people onto your email list, but it's also something to just set up for credibility. It's not really important to spend weeks on day one when you don't have any clients. Just put it on your list to get done sometime within the first 6 months. So this video is what I wish somebody would have explained to me on day one. So I really hope it's going to help you understand how to build the pieces of this business in the right way. And one of the other foundational elements to being successful online is knowing your demographic. Who is that person that you're going to serve, your ideal client or your avatar? People struggle with this endlessly. So I made this video to help you make that decision so that you can then speak to that person in all of that content. It's really pivotal that you get that right, or all of this is not going to work super well. So check out this video if you want to learn how to do that, and thanks for watching.